teacher with the Inferno Mobile Recording Studio with the Chicago Parks District. And we're creating a series of videos talking about our best practices, techniques that we've used in teaching composition to students and to kids in the Park District using audio engineering and MIDI instruments. So in this video, I want to talk about the scenes in Ableton and automating the scenes so that they play in a sequence one after the other. So here I've got some MIDI beats that I've pre-programmed into my session. And I find this helpful. So if, for example, kids want to experiment with the microphone, kids want to experiment with melodic instruments, I already have some rhythms that we can play in the background. We could potentially edit these rhythms that I've created. Just a basic framework to support their experimentation. And I took this beat that I made and I divided it into individual clips. Now, some of these clips have these lines, some of them are solid, and the clips that have these lines in them are ones that I've automated. I turned on the follow action, and for this first clip that I've got here, the follow action is set to next. So as soon as the clip is played one time through, it's set to automatically continue to the next clip, which is what I want it to do. This clip here, it's got a solid play button. And if we look over, and the follow action is not automated at this time. It is set to loop. So as soon as it's played, it'll just continue playing over and over again, unless I were to stop it by pressing any of these stop buttons, stop the entire session by pressing the stop button here, or play another clip in this track lane. Something else to note is that you want this button to be activated, the enable follow actions globally, because if it's not activated, then all of this follow action automation will just not work. And say I was recording using the looper, I could use this so that I would be able to just add rhythms in the background while a kid is singing using the microphone, instead of trying to guesstimate ahead of time how long they're going to be singing for. The reality is there's no right or wrong way to do it. You can get to the same end result using either method, but this is a tool that you have access to. So let's play around with this, might as well. Let's enable the follow action here, and we're going to have it play any. Let's make it a little bit randomized and just enjoy the different surprises that might occur as we play this through this sequence. I know that this clip is my last clip because I set it up in that way from top to bottom, and at any point I can jump to this clip and play it, and it'll play out and then be done. So maybe let's try messing around with it and listen to it and how it goes. Okay, let's start playing it now. So here comes our music, our first clip. You can see the duration extending, and the automation is armed, so the next clip is blinking, indicate it's going to be playing next. Oh, our next action decided it would go back up to the top. You know what? Why not? Let's do this one to any next time. Let's see if it works out. I'm going to wait until it's done playing to change that. Okay, now it's going to go to the bottom one. I might interrupt it when it's in the middle of doing that, but why not? Now it's coming up. I'm going to click. So now I interceded and clicked play on this track. waiting for this to elapse. Now it's going to go back there. And this one's set to trigger the next one. You see it's flicking. It won't do that until it gets through the looped section that I have in the clip. There it goes. And then it'll play the next one. Say I want to get in there a little bit sooner. 1, 2. If I press play here, it'll cut it off at the beginning of the measure. So it's not necessarily waiting for the end of the clip, but it is waiting for the end of the measure. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Have it go to the next one. Again, our timer's showing because loop is not enabled for this clip. And that's it. That's where our sequence will end. Feel free to play around with this. I use this as a tool to have a rhythmic sequence automated while I'm doing other things to support kids exploring these instruments. But this could be used as its own and a compositional tool that you could use on its own as a way to create compositions with kids. The clips that you're using don't have to be 16 measures. They can be smaller, they can be larger. You can randomize the sequence of clips that the computer follows, and you can always jump around too by manually selecting a clip and overriding any automation that you might have programmed into Ableton. I hope you find that interesting. I hope you have fun playing around with these tools, and we will post more videos on this subject, sharing tips and tricks of teaching composition using MIDI in Ableton. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the teaching artists at the Inferno Mobile Recording Studio. I'll see you later. Bye.